and welcome back to the Triforce podcast. Coming at you from Bristol, where the snow has melted.
Yeah.
Thank God.
It's all gone.
And London, where I guess the same situation has happened.
Yes.
And Jersey, of course.
Yeah, there's no snow here anymore either. It's all gone.
It's sun and
Thank
shine.
God.
It's beautiful weather.
Yeah.
The birds have come out.
That's right.
And
Spring is here.
yeah, I was like debating whether to change over to my lighter jacket
Yeah.
this morning.
Oh, madness. It's freezing
I
today.
got my shorts on today.
Have you actually?
Are
you one of those guys?
I wear shorts like all the
I
time.
fucking hate those
Well,
guys.
I mean, you are in
Track
the lovely
shorts
snug,
as well.
the snug the dad garage.
That's it.
You know,
Yeah,
where
I
it's-
only have to go outside for like a brief second. So
Yeah, it's like that's the privileges of working in your own home.
yeah.
Sips. I mean, P-Flex is in his pajamas probably right
I
now.
literally
I'm
am.
assuming.
Yeah, no, you're 100%.
People always comment on that. You know, like if you wear shorts during the winter, and they're like, "Oh my God, why are you wearing shorts during the winter?" But you see women going to work in like skirts and stuff during the
Yeah,
winter.
but they're wearing stockings. It's like stockings are super warm. And they'll sometimes they'll wear thermal shit under the stockings.
Yeah, I mean,
mean-
I wear those as well, so it works out. It's fine.
Is there
stay
thermal
nice and warm.
lingerie? That's what I want to know. Like if you
I
live in a
get
cold climate.
I got a pair that is like matches my skin exactly, so like it looks like
Like
I'm
a
not
skin
wearing them.
suit?
Yeah. So
Gross.
it's fine. Well, it's not that gross. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Keeps me warm as well.
But it matches your skin, so it's. I just don't understand why does it need to be flesh colored?
Because then it looks like you're not wearing them, right? So like
It's
it looks
creepy.
like
It's creepy.
Yeah. And they've
I don't
got
like
like
it.
It's
a
creepy.
shine to them as well. It makes your legs look nice and shiny too. So,
So anyone who happens to take a glance through the window,
Yeah.
and they think you're naked,
That's right.
instantly,
Yeah.
for like a good. Well, I guess permanently, because then they go, "Oh my God, I saw a man naked."
yeah, but it's actually just a full body flesh suit that I wear.
Gross.
So
Yeah.
I'm not actually
It's
naked.
perfectly pale and pallid
Perfect,
to
yeah.
your natural skin
neon
tone.
white, like sickly
Yeah.
looking. Yeah, I got.
Vampirous.
I went for that one. That's the fashion that I'm going for. So, oh God.
So it does affect how you talk and act and behave. If we were all professional business people and we were all had to go to work every day and
Yeah.
dress up in suits and get makeup on and sit in a studio and all that crap,
Yeah.
we would be it would be a very different podcast.
You
wouldn't
know,
it? It'd be a
yeah,
very
we'd all
different
be singing from the
mood.
same hymn sheet, and we'd all be getting a helicopter view of the situation, and make sure that we're all on the same page, stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know,
we'd have
like
to
all
use
the,
phrases like that.
all
Yeah, you
the-
know,
all
I,
the-
will- I will
all the
say this: a lot
jargon.
of these people that claim to be professional, just dressing professional, don't make you professional, son.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm
also,
saying?
also talking professional as well doesn't
Yeah, it
actually
doesn't make
make
you
you very
professional.
professional. It's like it's a state of mind.
Well, I think they weren't professional to begin with, though. Do you know what I mean?
Right, but that's the thing is, you'd see them and you'd think they were professional.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like I was
It's
in
an
a
illusion.
meeting with all these people. They're all dressed up. I was told it was a really important meeting. This is like when I was temp, so I had to take minutes and all this kind of shit. It was really boring. And they spent, and I'm not joking, half an hour arguing over whether they were discussing tactics or strategy. And there was a
Right.
big debate about the difference between tactics and strategy and whether this should be entitled
It's
the
just
tactics
semantics.
for this or the strategy.
Yeah.
Exactly, for half an hour. And I'm thinking, these motherfuckers don't know shit. Like, they may be dressed up and they may have the meeting and talk about how
know.
important it is and everything, but they ain't professionals. They're just dickholes.
They're just emulating like higher ups that they've seen in action before, but they don't
Yeah.
actually know what they're saying or talking about.
But these
they
were
don't
the
have
higher
a-
ups, homie. These were the big honchos, the top dogs.
But there's always somebody higher than them, though, that they're trying to be like, right?
God.
Because they think that if they act like them, they'll act their way into their positions one day. But the thing
True.
is, they're not doing the strategies. They're not cunning enough. They're not backstabbing
It's the
people.
wrong tactic / strategy.
Yeah,
You're right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like just turning up to a business meeting and talking the talk, but not being able to walk the walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going to get
Precisely.
anywhere. That's a slippery pole to climb up.
It's tricky to walk the walk because you have to wear those smart black shoes and
Yeah.
they're just always uncomfortable.
Yeah, in Canada
there's no
where it
way.
snows a lot, they have like these rubber things that go over your shoes to protect
Galoshes.
your shoes. Yeah, they protect them from like all the snow and the salt on the roads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my dad used to have a pair, like because my dad was a policeman, but he used to wear like a suit and stuff to work because he was like he used to work in
Detective.
He used to work in ident, which was
I
like
didn't.
he used to have to take pictures of dead people and stuff like that.
Good
But he'd
God.
have to
Jeez.
wear a suit to do it. He didn't wear a uniform.
course.
So he had his galoshes. And when I was a kid, I used to run around the house with these like huge rubber galoshes on. They were pretty good. I
Put those
remember
down,
them.
Chris.
They were
They're
just
coming
so
in
fucking
dead
weird.
people
But
stuff.
like everybody wore them. Like, you know, maybe it was just a thing in the 80s or the 90s. I don't know if people still wear them, but I remember them super well. They were so fucking bizarre, but I used to think they were so funny. I used to
My
just
dad
run
wore
around.
them in New York for sure
Yeah.
because of the
It
slush.
must be like a role model type thing though as well, like or a fashiony type cultural thing. It's like a meme where, you know, if someone of high stature wears them, like, you know, Donald Trump's hair.
Yeah.
You can see tons of people emulating that, thinking, yeah, I
Can you?
want to have hair like that. You
Yeah.
know, and
Can
just
you? Yeah.
going taking pictures of Donald Trump into the barbers and being like,
Give me this.
Look at this guy. He's clued up. He's head of the
Trump
free
me."
world.
Yeah.
You know,
Trump me.
Trump me. I beg your pardon, sir. You have to go next door if you want that kind of service.
Well, I don't know if anybody's actually trying to get hair like his, though. Like,
No.
his hair is very unique.
What
What interested me was the guys at a lot of the rallies, you know, because when I was in Seattle recently, there was a big rally going on. I think I spoke about it on one of the other podcasts, actually, where there was a lady there who didn't know what to write on her sign. She'd bought a sign with her. She'd couldn't decide what to write, and I was giving her ideas about what to write, and in the end she just copied someone else's sign that she saw of someone else in the crowd, which I was disappointed
Bit
in.
of a safe alternative,
It is,
isn't
yeah.
it, to being original.
But she was going to write this big long thing, and I said, look, no one's going to stop to read it, just keep it nice and simple. You're like, fuck off, or, you know, screw this, or something like that. And she was like, well, I want to keep it polite. And I was like, all right, well, and I was
Down
trying to
with
give her
this
some
sort of
ideas.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
No. How about just no?
Just no.
No.
But the guys in the middle were these sort of pro-Trump guys, and they were this. I think I'm sure I talked about this before. There were loads of police around. There was like 400, 500.
They
police.
just had yes.
Yeah, they had yes
Up
signs.
with
They
this.
had no signs. But the guys, the pro-Trump guys, were all in like body armor and stuff. And I've seen a lot of pictures of the way these guys they try to dress like stormtroopers from Star Wars or something, or like guys that you'd kill in Mass Effect. You know, that's the kind of armor that they're wearing.
Normally, when you say stormtroopers, people don't. I mean, Star Wars is what people think now, but it used to be.
Yeah, you're right.
Very much
Nazis.
something different, but we won't. Yeah.
No, I'm not going down.
Oh,
I'm not
God.
saying that. I'm saying literally like stormtroopers.
You say they
from
look
the
like
movies.
Garrus from Mass
That
Effect.
kind of shit. Exactly.
Really weird. They were in cosplay. You sure this wasn't
No.
like outside Comic-Con and you got confused?
No, it was not. But I think it's actually just a chance for them to wear their cosplay stuff and meet up with their friends. Like that's the undercurrent to all this stuff is they were all having sandwiches and hanging out. But it was kind of like, is this just
Sandwiches?
yeah.
Sounds like a picnic.
I know.
Are they jam sandwiches? Did they have a little like red and white checkered sheet that they
No,
laid down?
didn't
A
put
little
the picnic
wicker
blanket down.
basket?
They didn't do that, but they were definitely. It was like a social thing, like, oh, hi Tony, not seen you since last weekend. You know, it was
How's
like
the
that.
racism going?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
fantastic.
Great.
Why? I'm sure I've asked this before, but man, why are people so interested? Like, why would you go to a political rally and, you know, be for somebody, like for Trump or like, you know, not even just Trump. I'm not bashing on Trump. But I really just don't care. I just can't imagine being that passionate about his policies or any other politician's policies. Like, why would you go and defend that when you could
I think
go
this is my
smoke a
personal
doob
thing.
somewhere or just have fun? Like, do something interesting instead.
I think it's a lot like these people who are religious people on the street trying to convert you to religion, and it's some of those people sure are just doing it. I don't know why they do it, but I'm sure some of those people are just good people who
Right.
genuinely believe that your soul's going to go to hell and they want to help you
Sure,
out.
but like in
and
this
I think a
case,
lot of
like-
the people at these parades genuinely feel that. You know, they have a duty and an obligation. They're good people, and they just want to try and convince people that to their side of the argument because they're convinced they are completely that one side or the other. They're unswayable, and they genuinely believe that what they're doing is for the good of everyone. And if
Yeah.
they can convince you to come on side, it will help everyone, and everyone will be happier and better.
I
and-
mean, I guess so, but I mean, I can understand going to a rally and being opposed to something, right? Because you know, in politics and government, there's a lot of policies that aren't amazing, right? Like there's always room for improvement. There's always room for change or whatever. And I can imagine going to a rally and being like, "Oh, come on, let's change this. I don't like this. It's not working for like me or a couple of people." I can't imagine going to a rally and being like, "No, leave it the way it is. It's fine. Never change it." Like what? I don't get it. Like there's
Well, maybe there just hasn't been a a political thing happen that you really care about. If there was one that came in and said, we're going to get rid of video games, wouldn't you go to that rally and say, no, leave it the way it is?
I mean, I don't know if I would. I
Really?
would probably be pretty upset, I guess, but it's not likely to happen. It's a bad example.
I got a few books
it's
here.
a bad example.
Not. I'm picking something that I know you like, and I'm thinking of something that I know you like, and imagine it. All right, let's put it this way. Here's one that's believable. Let's say they were going to ban vaping and all vape-related products. It was illegal.
Honestly,
wouldn't you go to a rally saying, no, please don't do that?
I don't think I would. I would just move on. I would simply just move on with my life.
So what you're saying is you're a fucking doormat.
I would just say, you know what? Fine. I'll just find something else. There's always something
terrible,
else.
Chris.
Well, no, but he's obviously accepting in the wisdom of the system, and this is what we do when we vote. We say,
guys.
we say, unfortunately, I know, but it's tough, isn't it?
It's a lot of effort.
I
It's
agree.
a lot of effort.
You're too lazy to be political.
Imagine this sips, right? Imagine they were going to make your, I don't know, like when you used to work at your office, right? Your job,
Right,
okay?
yeah.
And they said that, for all people who are working in IT, we're going to, take away their pension benefits and take away
There's
this
30
and do
of you.
this.
We only have space for one person. You all have to kill each other. Last man standing gets the job.
And I'm going to make you wear these stormtrooper outfits.
I would love to see a fight between like IT people. That would be like the lamest MMA fight ever. It'd be like the worst Royal Rumble in history. Just a bunch of nerds pouring at each other. Oh, to mind my shirt, my shoes. Just sort of tripping over and shit. That'd be hilarious.
I
can totally see both sides of this, honestly.
I'm interested enough in politics and like complaining about politics in private sort of thing. But man, I don't understand like people who are like really politically active and stuff like that. And I'm a bit dubious of people who are very politically active because I always feel like, they want to make a big song and dance about something so that they can just get into office or whatever and then just chill. You know what I mean? Like I think they like the allure of power or whatever and they want to get there. And then once they get there, it's just like, all right, cool, I'm here. Like I'm just gonna put my feet up.
But I don't think the guys going to protests are like generally angling to be an MP or whatever. I think they're just going because they want to protest.
Lot of, like, when you see like a lot of like career politicians, their early life in politics is a lot of that, right? They go to rallies.
But they're members of like a group.
They're very outspoken. Yeah, they become the leaders of like their little groups and stuff like that. Right. And then eventually they become bigger fry, I guess, like in the political sphere.
Not small fry, but big fry.
Yeah. I feel like that is like anything, though. If you're doing a degree in art, you'd expect to go to some fucking art galleries. If you're doing a degree in politics, I should hope that you would attend some fucking political rallies and see some of that shit.
Maybe I'm just selfish.
It might well be changing, though, with the internet and the way things work now, that people going outside is a thing of the past, and these things are less impactful than they used to be.
No, there's still loads of rallies.
I think they still should. I don't know. I in a way, I'm a little bit jealous of Sips and his sort of kind of laissez-faire attitude towards it, which is kind of like just let people get on with it. I'm gonna not worry about it too much.
I might feel different if politics really affected me, but at the moment, I don't think they do at all. Like I don't feel. Right. At all affected by any politics. Like,
we're
I guess
class.
the system
the
works for me, so that's fine. I don't need to ever think about it.
That is selfish. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of the same way in that it really doesn't matter to me who's in power. I mean, like my kid's school struggles a bit with money and stuff like that, but I know that we've got enough parents around here that would not let it like collapse. But we're not in a poor area.
You do like the sponsored walks and stuff though, right? Like
I never do sponsored shit. I ain't done a sponsored thing in my fucking life.
He's like, please, sir, we need a new trampoline at our school. Can you donate generously? And you give them
sponsor.
50
We're
cents.
all shaving our heads for
that I do. I would do the shaving head.
Oh man,
we're all gluing hair to our heads.
Maybe that's it. I guess you got to get into the frame of mind where you're like standing for other people, which I'm not really. That's not me. I don't support other people.
No. Yeah.
Maybe
I think you have. That's a part of the human condition, though. I think you have to know someone that is affected, and then that way you will probably, if you knew someone locally who was affected by something, you might go and stand by them because you're a friend and they asked you to or whatever. I think that that's all it takes for some of these people to get involved and be good people. I think that a lot of these people are very, very good people, and they're very, very good intentioned. I feel like I'm a little bit, I mean, one of the things I'm always doing, and I don't know whether you guys get this impression, is that I'm always the fucking arsehole who has automatically feels like I have to counter anything anyone says.
I didn't want to say, but I do see you as a fucking asshole,
like a devil's advocate, right?
I'm a terrible devil's advocate to anyone. Like even if I completely agree with them and believe their story, like anyone ever says something, I will instantly be like, oh, but have you thought about this side of the argument? Even if I don't actually believe that, because sometimes I just like to poke holes in other people's.
Well, and the thing is too, like you get
confidence.
you get a sense for people too, right? Like if you see somebody coming and their point of view is really just black and white, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like there's no gray area anywhere to explore. That sort of like puts my back up a little bit, and then I will try to poke holes and like sort of play devil's advocate.
I wish I didn't though. I wish I could just be like, oh, cool, and just be friends with them and just never say anything, never get into these conversations, never like kind of, because it's so much happier and so much nicer, right?
Yeah.
You meet people all the time who have the fucking most crazy beliefs and views as they're completely deluded into these things that are just, to me, complete madness. And, I have to. Sometimes I put my foot in it and challenge them and sneakily ask them sort of dumb questions. Anime. Yeah. But particularly I really just don't want to be like that. But I can't help myself sometimes. I
don't think it's a bad thing to be like that though. Like I don't think it's necessarily a
it can upset
thing.
people, I think. But I don't think it's a terrible thing.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about something that happened on my stream last week. Okay. So
is this a promotion?
No. We're playing CSGO.
Twitch.tv/Pyrion Flax in case you ever want to.
I didn't say that.
Live now.
Live right now.
Probably, actually, yeah. But I was playing CSGO, and one of the things that happens in CSGO a lot is you get a lot of Smurfs, right? So
yeah, I mean every competitive game suffers from that.
But CS:GO is like the worst
little blue fuckers who come out of the fucking forest with their little mushroom hats, singing their fucking songs.
We get it. You're good at computer games, Smurfs.
Exactly. So we're playing against these guys, and they absolutely rock us. Right? It's like the biggest shellacking you could imagine. We're just pasted. So my buddy Cinny, who's a guy I play CS:GO with like pretty much every night. He's just like Lewis. I mean, he's always, if you say X, well, what about Y? Exactly like that. So I say, oh my God, these fucking guys. Like, we look at their ranks at the end of the game because it always shows you the ranks of your opponents at the end. And they're like us or lower. And these guys destroyed us. So it's obvious that they're smurfing. And he's like, well, maybe they just had a good game. And I absolutely lost my shit. I was like shouting at him. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's exactly one of the things I might have said.
Yeah, exactly.
Well.
But it triggers me so fucking much because what Lewis is saying is he likes to play devil's advocate. Sometimes you feel like when someone does that, what they're really saying is, fuck your stupid opinion. I'm going to come up with an equally stupid opinion that doesn't make any fucking sense. And I'm going to suggest that one. And maybe your opinion doesn't matter. It's like, come on.
Exactly. So not only have you poked holes in my own confidence and my own opinion, so I'm now less confident and less comfortable in my own stubborn fucking idiocy, but now I've also got this counter argument which pisses me off even more.
Which is so stupid. I'm actually triggered by it, and now I look like a twat. Like that was what happened.
The thing with Cinny though is I've played like a lot of Dota with him and stuff in the past, and he is like he is an optimist, right? Like when all the cards are down and you're gonna, like, there's 100% chance that you are just gonna get fucked.
Oh, we never give up.
He's still like, okay, guys, it's not over. It's not over. There's still a chance if we just simply like recombobulate.
That's a very Dota thing, though.
The dilithium crystals and stuff like that. And we tighten the bolts and put our helmets back on and get back in the game. We could do it. We can still win. This is still a winnable game. Like, I've been in so many games where he's been like that.
I mean, Dota's like that though. Like, I've had plenty of games where it is over and then we win. Like, that's why when people give up, we hate that. Like, we always play until the very end because we have literally won games from the brink of total destruction.
Oh, yeah. It's possible.
That's just Dota, man.
It is possible.
So, and I agree in that regard. Don't never give up in Dota.
But getting mad at him for playing devil's advocate in that situation is simply because it just feels fucking bad to lose against Smurfs. People are, miles ahead of you skill-wise.
Right.
In the wrong bracket, just absolutely handing it to you.
Yeah.
You can't help but feel frustrated. So it doesn't matter really that Cindy was playing devil's advocate. You were probably just frustrated at losing like a hopeless game.
Yeah.
Like, everything was stacked against you.
Well, this is like a really common thing, isn't it, of diverting like frustration onto someone else. And it tends to be those closest to you who end up getting shouted at for something which has nothing to do with them.
My kids are a perfect example of that. I have a bad day. I've lost a couple of Dota games or whatever. Hell yeah, they're going to bed early. Hell no, they're not eating their dinner like that. We're wrapping this up.
You're gonna really, punish those guys.
Yeah, hell yeah. God.
Hell yeah, they're going to wear that stormtrooper suit and, fight each other to the death.
I can't strangle those Smurfs, but I can strangle my kids. So,
oh, man.
I'm just joking. I never would.
We're just kidding.
Well, I think that, like, no, we're not. No, I think that, do you know what, though? That is definitely like a symptom of the game you're playing. And, for example, I've been playing some board games with people lately. For example, Warhammer, okay? And obviously, I've been playing with a few different people, but one person I've been playing with is Alex, who's Tom's friend. And
is that
Alex
the guy with the beard? He's kind of an older looking guy. He's not like a young lad.
Is that the guy who lent us his house for one of the Ox quests?
Yes.
He's a really nice guy, actually, and his house is really fucking cool too.
He built that himself.
I know.
Sips.
It was super impressive.
Brick
it
by
was
brick.
really fun hanging out there that day when we were there. Yeah.
So he started off like when he was a kid, he used to play Warhammer and build Warhammer models, and then when he grew up, he just sort of thought, "Fuck, I'll build my own house." And so he fucking did, and he's like got this massive, awesome house.
He ran a shop, right? He ran like a Warhammer shop.
He ran a wargaming shop.
Did the house have
was
like
terrible.
A nice circular base covered in flock and a big slot in the middle?
He put some grass down. He dry brushed
Lichen,
it. Silver.
bushes. Yeah. Well,
I think he must have done okay with it to be able to build his own house. Like,
no, he's well, yeah, I think he's fine. He's a really interesting guy, but he's very kind of laid back when it comes to playing games, and weirdly uncompetitive. Like, weirdly kind of plays games, and it's quite refreshing to play with him or against him because he kind of doesn't give a fuck about winning. He wants to kind of
he likes the mechanics. He
likes to
the
create these interesting
much.
Moments in games, and as a result, he's just totally blasé about the competitive nature of an actual game. And in some ways, like it doesn't take any of the pressure off, because if he beats you, it's kind of like even more stressful, because he clearly isn't trying. Right. He hasn't looked up any of the rules. He's got this haphazard army of things that he likes to look of, or guys that are fun themed. That he's named things like Marius the Felcher or whatever. Do you know what I mean? He's
right.
He's got like this great attitude towards gaming, and it's kind of unusual because I think that we've been certainly playing Dota together, playing these competitive games together, you feel like you bond together like a football team and it's all serious. But imagine if you were playing football, one guy was just there like, oh man, I really fucking love the ball. I love this round thing going around. I love how it like bops around the pitch. I love all the characters, I love the goalie's gloves. Oh man. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just really excited to be there.
I feel like I can be that guy at times. I'm like fairly competitive though. Like, I can get pretty frustrated at a competitive game. But like, all the frustration's always on yourself, right? Like, you're always frustrated with yourself.
The competitive nature of some of these games like Dota is a real illusion, though, as well. It feels like you're always like playing at the highest level when really, you're struggling in the sort of, middle of the median gaming experience with average people against average people. But everyone tries so hard as if it's a sort of World Cup match. I mean,
I feel like
game.
A lot of the enjoyment of those games comes from trying to win. Like, it's almost like if you were like, I've played five-a-side, right? And when you just have a kick around with guys who are like just dicking around, you're all just messing around. If you score a goal, it doesn't really mean anything. And no one remembers. It doesn't count for anything. It's just like no one's even keeping score, right?
Yeah.
It's like when I go and play tennis with my kids in the park, I'm not keeping score like competitive dad from the Far Show. Like slugging it past me, go, right, 15 love. That was over the line, dear. That was over the line. I'm not like that. But if I was to play an actual game of tennis like that, what's the point? Like, you get a lot more fun out of it. Actually, like I don't really mind losing if it's a good game. Like, it honestly doesn't bother me. I hate it if the game is unfair or we fucking threw it away because we were idiots and people were doing stupid shit. Then it's kind of frustrating. But I never mind losing a fair game. If it's a really good close game, fantastic. That's literally all I want.
Yeah.
Is a really good close game where we actually fight and they fight and it's like competitive, but it doesn't need to be unpleasant.
What I'm getting at, I think, is that it doesn't sort of necessarily tell you when you pick up Dota that it's going to be, the fun is going to be competitive fun. Like me and Shin and Duncan when we were on holiday, well, Duncan and Shin coined this phrase type 2 fun, which I don't know if you understand what it is, but basically type 1 fun is fun when you're doing it, right? And then it's fun as you remember it.
Right.
So that like going kayaking is really fun, and then when you get back home, you enjoyed it, right?
Yeah.
And you remember it's a good memory, it's a fun thing.
Sure.
Type 2 fun is stuff that when you're actually doing it, you don't enjoy it. But when you've done it, you're glad to have done it and you remember it's a good memory. Okay? So like maybe like doing a really horrible hike that's really tiring and exhausting at the time, but then when you're back, you're like, wow, that was an amazing hike.
That's one of those things that it's not that it was an amazing hike. It's just something that you feel good that you talk about and tell people about, right?
Yeah.
It's not that it was actually at all fun or enjoyable. You just feel like you're a better person because you did it and you can boast about it to people.
Yeah, type 2 fun. And then type 3 fun is stuff that this was something we made up on was when you have a really good time at the time, like when you're out drinking, but then the next morning you regret everything that you did.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh, did I do that? Oh no. Do you know what I mean? I really shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have drunk all that. I really shouldn't have eaten that kebab.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's surprising. I guess with games, you don't necessarily know what they're going to be like. And also, before you pick them up, like Trouble in Terrorist Town, for example, that we play, no one really plays it super competitively, right? They put a bit of effort in, but they're willing to kind of
people are trying to create stupid moments in it. That's the thing. Like, you want to try and kill someone in a particular way. Like, that's why people use the harpoon, right? It's not good, but you want to do it because it's fun to get a harpoon kill.
People,
like, that's it.
People don't really automatically become tryhards, I guess. Whereas, I guess when Dota, there's this scoreboard, there's this MMR rating, it tells you like stuff like that. It becomes this benchmark where you're like, okay, I have to fucking play my best, I have to try my hardest, and that affects the way you play and the way you interact with the people in the game. And you know, and me and Sips and Pyrion played a fucking shitload of Dota, but me and Pyrion played Dota for fucking.
Do you know what? You were still
years.
I think the second most games I've ever played is with you.
I know. We played together for about 2 years every night.
It's crazy.
And it was. I can't remember any of the games we played because they all blurred together into a horrible mess of. But we argued. Sometimes we had shouting matches at the top of our lungs. And people would be like, "Oh my god, these guys must hate each other." But actually, we were like best friends.
Same again,
kind of at the
next
time.
night.
You know,
we just did it again.
We didn't hate each other at all. It was that was the way we got used to talking to each other,
and
because we both cared.
Yeah, but when I'm concentrating, that's like the way I do it. Like, that's literally the way I concentrate. Is when I'm playing Dota, my brain is so tied up in every single detail of what I'm doing that I almost forget to just be a decent person. Like, whenever I've hung out with people at events or when I come down and hang out with you guys, I'm not like a super fucking try-hard, angry all the time, shouting at people. That's not what I'm like. I'm not like that.
Well, is that how you perceive yourself?
As unpleasant?
That's interesting. It's interesting.
Well, you think I'm a nice, I'm an unpleasant guy?
I
don't think I'm mean.
But I'm joking.
But you know, if someone just was on the outside and hadn't got the perspective of that or understood, you know, they might just think we hate each other. You know, it's so weird.
Yeah, it's true. Like, I just want to hang out and have fun. Like, that's it. Like, whenever I'm at an event or something like that, I'm not shouting and arguing with people and stuff like that. It's only when I'm playing a game like CSGO or Dota, my attention is on that 100%. Like, I'm not thinking about anything else. And that means that I lose all social skills. That's the problem.
It's coming back to what Lewis is saying about people thinking that we might, like, hate each other and stuff. It's a weird one because we've all played games together for a while, right?
Years now.
On and off recording and whatever. I mean, Lewis, we used to play WoW back before you guys even started doing YouTube. Remember, we'd be up like all night raiding, and you know, we played like Open TTD a bit. Like
it's literally 10 years of playing this shit.
We have a long glorious rapport with each other through games, right? So like. And I think not a lot of people, but you know, like I think on average, people have like a little group of people that they play with, but I think a lot of gaming is done in, you know, like you do it alone, right? Like you don't necessarily, like some people play games and they don't actually talk to anybody. There's people there talking, but you know, they don't form like friendships through games and stuff like that. So maybe from those people's perspective, it seems like, you know, any sort of disagreement might mean, holy shit, these guys are like on the outs or whatever. But it's such a natural part of like having a friendship through gaming, right? Like, you know, like even raiding and WoW. Man, you remember how much people would get butthurt and fucking scream at each other like over DKP and everything?
Oh my God.
And then once the raid was over, everybody's cool. Everybody's just back to like joking around in guild chat and
That's
hanging
true.
out and
It
stuff
went
like that.
from one extreme to the other. But there were some real arguments.
You know, it's like anything. It just turns people into monsters like temporarily, and then you get over it and you're back on an even
But
keel.
weirdly, like certain people would come out of the woodwork as specific character types. So I always remember, I'm sure we talked about all this shit again. Probably like you guys are like, oh God, not this again. But I remember we always played with this guy called Pearson, who, you know, I still have on my friends list today and see him like, you know, playing weird games.
I see him playing Star Trek Online all the time.
Oh wow!
What a guy,
He
right?
hates himself. He must do.
He was
terrible.
He was a really good guy, but he was always kind of. I think he was in one of our videos with Ashbringer, right? He was a really nice guy. So look that up. It's a really old video. But he was like the first guy to say it was my fault, right? Even if it wasn't. He was this guy who he loved the punishment, right? He was a glutton for like taking the blame. So for example, like, you know, Miris would be yelling at the top of his voice like, oh my God, you guys have been standing in the stuff, someone didn't click this, who was it who didn't click this? And there would be like silence, right? In like everyone's like embarrassed silence, because probably like 5 people didn't fucking click the thing. Do you know what I mean? Like loads of people fucked up, because that's what happened in WoW raids. You expected to do this shit and you fucked up all the time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until you'd done it like 15 times that you remember not to fuck up anyway. Pearson would always be like, yeah, it was me. I messed up. I did it. He was always the fucking foil, the heel, the guy like taking it on the chin. Like every time he was just this glutton for punishment.
You know, Miris is a good example.
I always had a lot
all
of respect for that.
Because Miris was a nice guy. I got on super well with him. Like I still talk to him from time to time, like on Skype and stuff like that. Like he's around, you know, he asks me like what's up, like how we're doing and stuff. And like, you know, he's moved on to other things and stuff as well. But he's a really nice guy, and we were in a guild together for years and years and years, and we always chatted and stuff like that. But when you would raid with him, holy fuck, he was an asshole. He was just a fucking asshole. Like, he was just such a cruel, mean person. Like, he would kick people out of raids for no reason. You know, like, if they would, like, even the slightest little fuck up, he would just, like, go off on one and stuff. Like, it was nuts. But like, I mean, I guess at the same time, like you sort of have to be like that when you have, especially back in vanilla with like 40 people raiding and stuff, you know, like.
But what I think part of it is playing a game like that where you're relying, I mean, those old WoW raids were like 40 people. They were hell on earth. And any game like WoW or whatever, pick any game. Oh, I mean, Dota or CSGO, whatever, any game that's a team game. If I play a game and I fuck up, I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm just like, I just leave. But I'm not relying on other people when I play games solo. A lot of them you could just reload, you could just laugh about it. But when someone else does it, it's difficult for people to not take it personally as like, you've ruined my experience with your idiocy and your terrible play. And I feel like sometimes it's difficult. The frustration you would normally feel about yourself, you can shrug it off because it's you. But when it's someone else, I think it's easy to suddenly start shouting at them and think like, you fucking moron.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think that's what it is.
I think with Miris, we had a bit of Stockholm syndrome as well, right? Like it was a little bit like he was this horrible, cruel master, but he was our horrible, cruel master, and he would lead us to go and fuck over other guilds and other people, and he was on our side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doled out the fucking perps at the end where, you know, we'd if it wasn't for his yelling and shit, we wouldn't have got our shit together and got any loot at all. And so, you know, weirdly we were trapped with this in like a basement with this guy.
It is weird the stuff you do. Like, I can't imagine some of the people I used to play games with. I'm like, geez, did I really put
I
up with that shit? Like, did I really put up with that shit? And now I find myself when I'm playing
night
Dota.
after night as well.
Yeah. Like I shout at guys I play with all the time. There's guys, me and Shane, you know Shane, right? We had this thing on a Monday night. Every Monday night, I have like a sub in-house. So I'll get 10 of my subscribers to play, and me and another couple of guys will like cast the game and just rip into them mercilessly. And like it's very cathartic for me because I put up with this shit in Twitch chat every day about what an idiot I am and some fuck up I made, and there's memes and clips and all that shit. So for me to just sit there and go, oh, look at this fucking moron, what are you thinking? And picking out all the stupid things that they do.
Just watching him try to jungle and get like and killed by the easy camp or whatever.
It's like,
oh my God.
It's hilarious. So last week, when this goes out, it was Monday anyway, we had an in-house between the 5 worst players that I could find on my Discord against the 5 worst that Shane could find. And it was like the bottom of the barrel. One of these guys was hammered. One of these guys had not played in 2.5 years and hadn't really played much then. So he had no idea how the game had changed. It was hilarious. Like, it was just the worst Dota you've ever seen. It was great fun, but I felt bad afterwards. I'm like, geez, some guy is going to have to watch this back, and he's just getting ripped on. Like in the previous week, this one guy called Bleepo, he's like a well-known shitter that plays on my Discord quite a lot.
My God, I know what this is. I know this feeling. It's like you've just watched some really, really disgusting porn, and then after you've
you
like
clear
finished,
you
you're
want to clear your mental browser
God,
history.
I can't believe I just got off to that. I feel so wrong.
I felt exactly like that after I watched Forrest Hump. Tom Hanks still had his leg braces on, and he was
so he's playing the off lane. He's playing Centaur Warrunner, and he goes like 0-6. And I say to my co-commentator at the start of the game, I guarantee you he's going to die like 3 times in the first 8 minutes easily. He died like 8 times in the first 8 minutes. It was like a disaster. And to the end, he's just standing in base, like staring at the wall, and he types in all chat, "I'm sorry I've ruined this, guys." That's what he types. And I was like, this guy's broken. Like, we've actually broken this poor guy. And he's not seeing it as just a bit of fun. Because you got to remember, these guys are on stream. And for some of them, they don't play in front of hundreds of people. You know, they're not used to that pressure. And when they fuck up, they're going to get shouted at by Pyrion idiot Flax. Like, it's horrible. So I've been trying to really focus on internalizing a lot of my frustration rather than let it out on people, because it's not pleasant. I don't think it's good to watch. And I remember what it was like to be shouted at when I used to play WoW, not with you guys, but my guild leader was the same. He was a fucking asshole. But it kind of feel like if he wasn't, we wouldn't get the loot. There's not even any loot in Dota. The game ends, you get nothing. That's it. You get maybe a couple of points of MMR. Who cares? So I'm trying to be nicer. Cares?
So I feel like that's the thing, though. Like it's got this illusion of pressure, and I can see like, I just try to take be. I think with a game like that, though, you constantly have to remind yourself that it's a game. It's one of these games that if you take your eye off it for a second, it becomes this sort of competitive thing again, and you wanna be the best. You wanna win, and it's weirdly. I think it's because losing is so punishing, so sad to see, so fucking depressing.
And it's still going to take an hour, right? It's like
and also
hour.
Winning is at the same time you do exactly the same to someone else. It's almost like a torture, right?
It's a time thing as well. You're ideally spending your time doing something enjoyable, and part of that is you want to feel sometimes that you've done well and that you've won. Like you have an evening of Dota and you might play 2 or 3 games, and that's probably all you have time to do in an evening, sort of thing. And you think, okay, I'm ready. And then you have like 3 just disgusting stomping losses. And you're like, fuck, why did I play this game tonight? Like, why did I spend my time? I could have done something else that might have been more enjoyable. And the thing is, you probably did enjoy it, but it just feels bad losing, doesn't it? Like, it always just comes down to that.
It's a funny thing.
You blame yourself, but you blame other people because you blame yourself. And there's a lot of psychology to it, I guess.
It's true. It's also, it's a weird thing streaming for hours and hours and hours. After a while, you kind of forget that you're streaming. And I mean, I hardly ever read chat. I don't know about you, Sips, but I mean, I don't sit there staring at chat. I see some streamers, they're playing and like they got half an eye, they're constantly looking at chat, laughing. Everyone, oh, hey, what's up, so-and-so? Oh, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to follow, subscribe. I can't do that shit. Like if people have to donate for me to read a message. But weirdly enough, if someone says something negative, even if I take it out of context and they're actually responding to someone else, that pops out at me and I'll fucking berate that person. And I don't know why. I have a very bad relationship with Twitch chat. It's just a thing
I
that
glance
I do.
at chat, but my chat moves fairly fast.
Yeah, you've got a
and
bit. You have a lot
quite
more viewers, though.
quite
so it's
spammy
different,
and
yeah.
stuff. So occasionally I'll pick out, sometimes people say some really fucking funny shit.
Yeah, it's true.
And you spot it, and it's great when that happens. But yeah, for the most part, you're just like donations, especially when they're read out. If somebody really has something to say to you,
pay for
that's
it, bitch.
that's an easier way than just sifting through
true.
reams and reams of Twitch chat sort of thing.
There are some jokes that people make over and over and over again, and I cannot help myself but just have a real go at those people. One of them is like, I normally play Dota, right? So I'll be playing something else, and they'll come in, and the go-to joke is, oh, the new patch has really changed Dota, isn't it? Like, they make that joke, like, everybody seems to think that joke is, like, either original or funny, or, like, they've come up with this amazing gag. They literally do it every time.
It's kind of a meme, though, not that much a joke. It's like saying Bob's and Vagine or whatever in a girl streamer's chat. It's kind of just a meme now. Where
True. It's still fucking stupid.
Yeah,
it's stupid. They are stupid. They are, but that's part of it
it's
as well.
Part of the culture and the community stuff. Though.
It's the whole capital automatic cheer. It's like people in the crowd singing their stupid chants, or stupid songs at a football match.
Yeah.
That's what Twitch chat is. It has instead of having the songs, it has the little memes that go around, and
it's not like sport at all.
I don't notice that stuff much at all. Actually, I'm sure it happens, but it doesn't register with me much. Like it's. I know what you mean about streaming though, and sometimes you forget that you're streaming. But I like that as well. Like I found, I changed like my stream around a little bit recently. Whereas before, like if a sub came in or a donation came in, I would say thank you straight away. And then it got to the point where I felt like every stream, all I was doing was thanking people constantly.
Yeah, but it feels it's kind of an autopilot thing. You still see it with the top streamers, like that they're almost on autopilot. They're like, they just have these set phrases. They do these things, and it's kind of. But I always think of streaming like mining at the coalface. Okay, literally.
Come
like,
on. That's hard work, man. That's like deadly work. People get black lung and stuff.
Exactly, but I don't mean. Sorry, God, I think I have black lung.
It's kind of like putting out oil fires or something really important and dangerous like that, or it being in a battle.
No, in a sense, I think of YouTube as this thing where you curate and create a fixed thing, and then you put it out, and then you can only really do a certain amount of it. Like you can only really put out like a video a day, or because if you put two out, they both get half as many views, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're Twitch streaming, it's almost much more proportional to how much time you put in on it, right? It's like if you load up your Twitch channel, you can just chip away and earn money and be like chip, new subscribers, new donations, new things, new bits. And if you do 12 hours a day, you're going to get more money than if you do 3 hours a day. Like it's just so much different in that sense, right? It's like, do I want to go ahead and it's like mining Bitcoin, right? It's like, do I want to spend, do I want to go and do some actual work today? Much less than like if you prepare a YouTube video and it takes you 3 to 4 hours and you put it online.
Yeah, the ratios are so different. Like with
also that YouTube video might do well, it might do badly, it might go viral, it might not. It's like I might get. It's a lot more guesswork with a YouTube video, whereas. Then again, the same thing with Twitch in a sense. Like, if you're playing a game that people don't like, then you might not do very well or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like it's a different mentality.
It is totally different. But so what I've started doing now, instead of just constantly reading out subs and donations and thanking people, and obviously I am thankful. Like it's insane that people actually spend money on this stuff, and it means that we can do it or whatever. But instead of just shouting out to people as it happens, what I do instead now is at the end of the stream, I just spend like 5 or 10 minutes going through the whole list. But like, so what I'll do is I'll get to the end of the stream and I'll say, okay, I'm not going to play the game anymore. I'm done. If you don't want to stick around to listen to me talk to people and say thank you or whatever, then go. Like, I'll be back tomorrow and I'll be playing the game again. And then everybody who does want to stick around and listen to shout outs and stuff like that, like I have a different screen that I go to. And then I spend like 5 or 10 minutes just going through thanking everybody that subbed, resubbed, donated, whatever. And then it doesn't get in the way of playing games. And I found recently it's been awesome because I can actually just sit there and play the game and I don't feel like I have to be interrupted, like more so, you know what I mean? Like I don't have to spend a lot of time doing all this other stuff. I can just sit there and play the game, and just the flow of my streams for me recently has just been so much better. Like I've been playing Skyrim, and like I'm just like slamming through it. I don't, like I'm not stopping every 5 seconds to pause and thank people and stuff like that. I can just play the game, and like for like 8 or 9 hours a day, which is great. Like I can actually get through a game instead of like spending months playing it an hour a week and throttling it.
That's the difference, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, you got more done in Skyrim in 2 weeks than you ever did in your old series, which took almost a year.
And that old series ran for over a year. Like, it's crazy. It's just nuts. Like
I don't know how much different it even is, honestly, because when you used to do your old series, not very much got cut out anyway, right?
No, but there's no like a lot of people say there's no editing, and there was fun little edits in the series that people enjoyed, and I enjoyed
that brought
doing
it to
them
life
as well.
a bit.
That sort of brought it to life, gave it a little bit more like humor,
and you could cut out the slow bits, and stuff like this.
But in the end, I was cutting out a lot of like the dungeon crawling stuff, like where it was just like, oh, here's the 50 millionth fucking, dead guy that I've killed. And I'm just going to loot 5 golden coins off of him and a potion of health sort of thing. Like I cut out a lot of that stuff in the end because it was just repetitive. But like, obviously when you're streaming, you can't do that. But in slower parts, when stuff like that is happening, then it's easy to just have like a conversation with people in chat and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It can fill the time, and it's different. It's different, but I prefer it. I prefer, like I'm into Skyrim right now, and I might not be next week. But while I'm in it, I'm going to do as much as I can. And then when I'm done with it, I can just move on. Whereas on YouTube, it's much less forgiving. You get up to a point,
you have to come back to it.
I...
Like if you're recording it, you have to come back. You can't play it without recording it.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just want to, like I was streaming Hearts of Iron the other day. It's a really interesting game. It was going well with the new expansion and everything. It was really cool. I played a load of it on stream, and then I played like an hour of it today off stream because I knew I wasn't going to stream it again. The game was nearly over and everything like that. So it's like, if I was recording that, I'd have to record that. I'd have to sit down, play out the session, record it all. I can't just be like, yeah, because that's going to make a bad video. So I kind of feel like streaming gives me a lot more freedom. Like I was playing Hearts of Iron the other day, game was over. Like I had an invasion, suddenly got navally invaded. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I just closed it down, start a new game. The need to worry about finishing it off or that it would only make one fucking video or whatever. Like it feels a lot easier. And people kind of like to see you rage quit a game anyway. Yeah. Like it's funny, right? Like I was playing Into the Breach. Have you played that yet?
Yes. Yeah, I've played it. Yeah,
great game,
really
right?
good. I like
really
it a
good
lot.
game. And I don't think it's quite as good as FTL. Like I found FTL a bit more fun. But this game, it feels like there's always a solution. You can win like I don't know how they've done it. It feels very clever. But I've found that even the seemingly insoluble problems that you're sometimes faced with, there's a way out.
I like how at the end, you have one turn left and you're like, your mind is like, I have to kill everything. And then you're like, well, hang on a second. They're going to retreat after this turn. So actually, I just have to like mitigate damage as much as I can. It is really clever. It's really good.
Like the coding that they've got, the moves that the enemy makes, it never seems to put you in a position where, I mean, if you've made 2 colossally bad moves in a row, subsequent turns, you can just be screwed. But every turn, I've realized, like, actually, you know what? If I play this exactly the right way, then I know that I can win. Like, it's very clever. It's very clever.
As a result, though, I found myself, there was a move, right? And I was like, there's definitely a way out of this, but I don't know what it is. And so I had it on my computer, and it was there for like 10 minutes, and I was staring at it, like puzzling out every single little bit of thing. And then I was like, oh, so I went and made a cup of tea, and I came back, and I was there for another 10 minutes. And like Duncan was there, and he was like, are you fucking playing this game? He was literally like, well, you've been on the same screen for literally half an hour now. and I'm like,
it's fun.
Yeah, there's a move in here somewhere, Duncan.
But it's satisfying when you spot it. It's like a puzzle. It generates a puzzle generator that I really like, and I like that replayability. It's almost like I sit down and I've got like half an hour. Like before today, I was like, I'll play a bit of Into the Breach, and just bam, and I'm just it's just like that. Whereas FTL, there wasn't that aspect. Often in FTL, there was just a fight you could not win. Like you hadn't done well enough in the earlier sectors.
Yeah. I like in Into the Breach how sometimes the solution is just like a bit of a compromise as well.
Yeah, like sometimes you're like, well, I have to make lose the best this building.
Of this. Yeah, like I have like 4 guys that are unchecked that are threatening buildings, and I only have 3 guys and two of them might have to take damage, but it's even satisfying to get to the point where you're like, hang on a second, like before like this turn I had 4 guys threatening buildings, and I've like whittled it down to just one of them attacking a building,
right?
And then sometimes you get the resist on the building as well, and you're like, oh yeah,
that's the best.
Like this is
like
perfect.
Sometimes I'm like, all right, we're just gonna have to hope the resist works. It's like 22% and it pops. Yeah, it's really good.
I always forget the resist though, and I'm always surprised when it happens.
I don't think you want to rely on it. You don't want to rely on it, but it's a nice bonus.
You don't want to rely on it, but it is a lot like XCOM in that sense, right? Like some turns in XCOM, you're just like, okay, for this to really work, this guy has to dodge, or like this guy has to kill this alien and stuff like that. And there's a lot of that in Into the Breach as well, which is obviously great. I mean, XCOM is fantastic too.
So I mean, the thing is, there's always that element that XCOM, I always felt like it created the drama from the stuff that went wrong and the random stuff that you can't predict. Into the Breach, every move is 100% predictable and the effect is 100%. Right, there's no random element to it. Well, where the aliens move, maybe, but even then, it always seems to put them in a position where there is a way. Like you said, you may have to compromise. In XCOM, sometimes you pull a pod and you're like, oh my god, we actually have to leave. Like this is so bad. I'm cooling down. We're getting the fuck out, which is itself a solution.
The mechanics in XCOM are much more intricate, though, right?
Oh yeah.
All of the units have an array of abilities. They move a lot more. Like Into the Breach is a lot simpler in that.
It's a very simple
sense,
little
but
puzzle
it's
game.
like it's kind of like the Blizzard ethos of like it presents to you this simple game, but then actually the more you play it, you realize that there's a lot more depth to it, sort of thing. So it's
but like XCOM, you get those moments where an alien is about to kill everybody, and you get one of those procs on those one-shot assassinate sort of guys from someone on Overwatch just assassinates an alien. You're like, oh my god, if that hadn't happened, we were going to lose like 2 of our best guys. But the best maps in XCOM are the ones where you end up carrying like 2 of your crew. You're desperately trying to bail out. You're like, you're 1 tile away. You need 3 shots to miss your guy. It's amazing. Like it was a great game to stream. It was a great game to
create
stream.
these tense moments. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to interestingly. So I'm not going to be here for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be in America at GDC.
What about the Triforce podcast?
We were on now, 2 weeks in a row. We did.
One of the main reasons we now go to GDC is to try and like get developers to give us their games for the Jingle Jam, right? And sort of make contacts, and it's a big part of that. And so one thing I'm doing is playing a lot more games. So one of the things I did over Christmas was I played all the games in the bundle on the Jingle Jam live, and that was a really interesting experience to play like 50 games that I'd never picked up before and just trying them out.
There were some real stinkers in there, like that pizza game.
They really were. But there were also some real big fun experiences.
Was that one that you guys got from GDC? Or
God knows. I think we got that because Hat Films mocked it on their channel relentlessly as one of the worst games. But I don't know what's going through the mind, but the developers who gave us these games were very, very kind anyway, because they didn't have to.
No, of course. Yeah.
We're sort of planning it out a little bit, but one thing I've been doing is streaming on Saturday with Tom, and we've been playing sort of games that we would normally not pick up, right? Like we played this crappy game about Bitcoin. Well, not about Bitcoin, but where it was like a puzzle game. The first one to solve it wins a Bitcoin, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of dumb games that come out and stupid ideas and free stuff and weird stuff and bad stuff. Anyway, like I'm really enjoying sort of exploring new games because I feel like as I get older, I'm less willing to try new things necessarily. I feel like, I don't know, like I think it's a habit of age that people tend to fall into, right? That they're scared. I find myself coming home and being like, okay, I'm just going to load up Slay the Spire or, Into the Breach because it feels like a safe thing that I know that. Whereas something else is like a kind of a risk, like a new game.
Yeah.
So, for example, I haven't picked up Kingdom Come Deliverance yet. I have picked it up. I bought it, but I haven't bothered to load it, right?
Okay.
Because I'm like, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get into this or whatever. And I'm sure once I start playing it, I'll enjoy it and I'll play it through.
I think with that game, you got to curb your expectations a little bit.
Right.
It's
cool.
It is a very. I don't think it's a bad game. There's definitely parts of it that I enjoyed, but there are some systems in the game that take some getting used to. And if your expectation is that it's going to be like Skyrim or something like that, you really need to change your expectations. It's not that kind of game.
I
that
guess
kind of game.
what I'm asking is, are you guys scared of trying new things, or are you kind of?
No, I'm excited to try new games and stuff.
I hate new things.
No, I like new stuff. I like the freshness of new exciting things and challenges and being
There are some
excited
things.
about games.
Some things I agree with you, but there is a lot of stuff where I'm just like, eh. Like I'm going to tell you a new thing that I tried last week. Okay. So my buddy of mine, real old friend of mine, called me up and he said, "Hey, do you want to go to this Star Wars virtual reality thing at the Westfield in London?" And I was like, "What is it?" And it's like you put on, you basically.
That's the immediate response, right? Yeah. It's not. Yeah. It's. What is it?
So you put on a headset and you go into, it's like a 4-person game. So you go in and there's like a little VR experience in the Star Wars universe. And I was like, yeah, sure, because Westfield isn't far. So I thought, okay, if it had been like the other side of London, I probably would have said no. But it's like easy to get to from here.
So it's not on the tube, like two stops
it's like
or whatever.
Easy peasy. So I went along.
Yeah.
It was snowing, so unfortunately the trains were fucked up. But it's fine. Anyway, I got there. We had booked a slot at 5:30. We didn't get in for an hour past our booking date because there's all kind of fuck ups and it always overruns. What they've built is, if anyone's ever done virtual reality, you have your headset on, and normally it's attached to your PC, and you mark out a boundary on the floor in your living room or your kitchen or wherever you're doing it, and that's the limitation of the VR world. So you can walk around within that space, and when you get too near the wall, a grid pops up to say, look out, you're going to bang your head. So what they've got here instead is a series of rooms, and you have a backpack on that's got the VR stuff on it, and it's obviously all linked, it's electronically to God knows what, and the headset goes down, and all of a sudden you see your friends in stormtrooper uniforms.
Oh,
so
cool.
the guys that you're in there with are all dressed as stormtroopers. You can look at your arms. There's no gloves, but it recognizes your hands and your arms and which way they're facing, which I thought was really, really clever. So when you look at your arms, you've got stormtrooper armor on your arms, something like that. It was kind of cool. And yeah, you're walking around in this world. And they've also got things in the room so that if you reach out and touch them, in real life you can feel them, but in the VR goggles you can also see them. So there's like a robot, like the robot in Force Awakens. What was that? Rogue One, right? You know the robot, the combat robot?
Yes.
There's one of those. He has a chat with you at a bit, and you reach up and you can touch his face, and you can feel they've actually put a little robot mannequin there.
Oh,
so you can actually
cool.
feel it, which was really cool. However, it's very short. Like, really short. And because of the way they've done it, it's a series of rooms linked together, but you kind of backtrack on those rooms because obviously they don't have a lot of space. So there's quite often it's like, let's go down this corridor. It's a dead end. We'll have to go back. So you turn around and go back. And obviously now the terrain has changed because, we've come down a different way. But it's like, well, no, this is the exact same. Like, if you took off your headset, you'd be able to see you just walking around in like a room.
right.
So we went in. And there were these girls behind us in the queue that were all pretty drunk, and they were like really very, very hyped to be going in. So we went in first. My buddy's headset immediately stops working. It's just not working. And he's like walking around banging into things. And he can't see anything. We're like, look, we're all stormtroopers. And he's like, I can't see anything, guys. I can't see anything. So we're just sort of pulling him along behind us. And there's this one bit where you go on a platform and you go up over all this lava, and they actually fire hot air in real life. So you feel heat on your face as if you're flying over lava, which was pretty clever. But he's just standing off to one side, like floating in space. And we're meant to be like these undercover stormtroopers, and he's standing there floating in midair going, guys, I can't see anything. And we're like, you're going to give the game away, get in here, And the stormtroopers are all saying, just keep moving, soldier, And he's just standing there going, guys, I don't know what's happening. I'm taking off my headset. He took off his headset and just walked out, just vanished. And the other problem we had was we then went around the corner to get these blasters we were meant to get, and they had forgotten to put the blasters in there because they're real world blasters that you pick up and feel, and then you can see them in the game, and there were just one. We're all meant to have one.
Right.
And I was like, there's no blasters. And so they were like, right, this is fucked. So we stepped out, we told them what had happened, and they were like, okay, you can start again. So the immersion was ruined because we knew what was coming. And then the girls that had been behind us, they let them go in front of us, and they just shrieked the entire time, like ultra high-pitched shrieking about everything that happened. A door opens, they all scream their heads off. A stormtrooper appears, they're all screaming. So the whole time we're going around, we can't hear anything because these girls are just screaming. And the game is kind of balanced so that until the next room is clear, they don't let you move on. So we're standing there killing stormtroopers for like 5 minutes because we're waiting for these girls to clear the next room, which is like a puzzle room. And we're just standing there, fucking hell, there's just waves of these fucking stormtroopers coming out. And when you get shot, your backpack goes like if it hits you on the side, it's sort of there's a pressure thing that hits you in the side, so it actually kind of like, ow, fuck, I just got shot by a blaster, which was kind of cool. But it was just so goofy, man. It was so fucking goofy. So it was very funny.
You just sat there for fucking ages waiting for these.
Yeah, we were just waiting.
These women
And then
to
they
finish.
finally
and you really
finished
don't want to get shot, but the stormtroopers just keep coming and they're fucking shooting you, and it's like, weird, a weird experience.
Yeah, but I was
Man.
really pissed off at one point because this guy comes around, and they always have these guys at these things that come around and give you some lecture about safety and all that bollocks. So this guy comes around and says, "All right, folks," and he's got his little pat jokes that he makes every time, like, "I hope the Force is going to be with you," which is like, shut up, fucking hell. So he says, "One thing I will have to ask you guys is if you have a phone, please do turn it off, because otherwise it'll blow the rig, it'll stop working. We had an hour delay today because all 4 rigs got blown up because one woman decided to take her phone in and not turn it off." So, and I turned to my mate and I said, "What a load of bollocks," like quite loudly.
Yes.
Because you're telling me that in the middle of Westfield shopping centre, which is teeming with thousands of people, all with their phones, all walking right next to your fucking VR thing, you're telling me a mobile phone is going to destroy 4 VR? Come on. They just don't want you to film it. Because that's the thing. Like at one point, a door opened and the guy, he's sort of like, put your visors down, because we're not even allowed to see into the mystical darkened room. And they want all your phones off, so you can't film it and shit. So you can't film the same thing. But I was like, don't give us the spiel. Just say, please, there's no recording allowed. You don't have to give us this fucking safety bullshit. No, it's going to blow up the rigs. Fuck off.
Man.
Anyway, and he looked like McFly from Back to the Future. Just kind of
McFly. Nice.
I told you never to come in here, McFly.
Well, that sounds pretty good and pretty bad at the same time.
Yeah, it was really stupid.
God. So anyway, that is our podcast. We've got to go. No, oh my God, that was what an anecdote. I've got a little story about going to an escape room actually in Australia and New Zealand, but we'll save that for next time.
Yeah. I did an escape room as well. I'd like to hear about that. It was fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
we can
Hey,
exchange
I've done
stories.
one too. We all have a similar
We've all done an
experience.
escape room.
We're
friends.
kiss.
Okay. All right, bye everyone. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.